Today we're the 30th of October 2011. We're in Ottawa and we're meeting Akram, Mr. Akram actually, who's a fig grower since a few years. He's an expert, I think, in this field in Ottawa. Perhaps the person who has the most fig trees in the city. If you could tell us about yourself, since when have you been growing fig trees?
Well, I started with the 2 trees the first time in spring of 2007. I was buying some fruit trees from Grimo nurseries and saw the figs on the list, so I purchased 2 trees and that's how I started. And it has a non-stop collection since then.
And how many varieties do you have today?
Well, you can see when it cold came and I couldn't take the inventory, but I believe the number of varieties could be somewhere in excess of 70.
So it's quite a big collection.
Yeah, in a short time, yeah.
Tell me, what are the main challenges growing fig trees in Ottawa, which I think is there? It's a zone 5A with temperatures who can go into minus 30 sometimes in the winter.
Well, it's very difficult, almost impossible to grow them in the ground. So it has to be really in the pots. We have to grow it in the pots, and we have we have a short summer. This was the first time in 5 years that we got a good summer and got enough ripe figs. But normally, we get a lot of big fat green figs are left on the trees before the frost comes. So the race is how to push them toward ripening, and the place that I have is right on the side of the garage, which is a south side wall, and that's where I get most of my ripe fruit. So the challenge is the temperature, the short summer, and the temperatures in the winter time, that we can't leave it out. It has to be in a decent place where the temperature is not too deep into the deep freeze. And I usually take the smaller one, 1 year or 2 years old, I take them to the cellar. This is the south side of my garage, and that's where I get most of my ripe figs. I call it the place of honors for most of my growing fig trees. Used to have cucumbers here before I started the fig, but now the space is totally for the figs. And I always put the pots, I dig the ground in some 3-4 inches deep, I put it inside the ground, but now because of the fall, end of the fall, I mean it's getting cold, so I had to dig it out and get ready for taking it inside the garage or to the basement, to the cellar.
And what do you do during winter when you store them? Do you just leave them like that, or do you have you keep them growing?
Oh, no. After the frost comes in, all the leaves are dropped. They just have to hibernate and goes into dormancy. And really, in my cellar, it never needs any watering because there's enough humidity. The water freezes on the ceiling, comes down, so the cycle can